Hi and welcome back to Scale Model Shed. This time I'm actually going to be using a model that I've already built. This is a 148 Mark 9 Spitfire from ICM. In this video I'm going to take you through my painting and weathering process of this beer delivery Spitfire. So this is my first voiceover video on the channel. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please like and subscribe. Okay, we're going to start with the kit assembled, all seams sorted and primed in Tamiya's fine grey surface primer. First thing I do is I paint the whole kit with AK's Extreme Metal White Aluminium. Once that's dry, the parts of the aircraft I want to do some chipping on get 2 coats of AK's Worn Effects. I then freehand the camouflage pattern using the aircraft's panel lines as reference points. I build up the paint in thin layers as I don't want it to become too opaque. I then do some post shading of the panel lines by adding a small amount of black to the base colour and thinning by about an extra 25%. At this point I did ask myself if I really wanted to cover up half of this aircraft with black and white invasion stripes. Now on to chipping. Apply some water to activate the chipping fluid below. One aspect of weathering is maintaining scale. I use an old airbrush needle to create very fine scratches. Any areas I'm not happy with, I do a touch up with the airbrush. The weathering on these wings definitely looks overkill, but when the invasion stripes are painted and weathered, this will create a nice 3-layer effect. I then spray the wings with a coat of matte varnish. This will allow me to mask over the top of the work already done. It will also give a good key for any further paint work. I first measure out the entire stripe band, then I mask off the black areas and spray the areas to be painted white with 2 coats of chipping fluid. Once the white areas are painted, the masking comes off and the process is repeated for the black stripes. Here I use NATO black for the black stripes. This will give a more washed out look than XF1. Thanks to the matte varnish we applied earlier and the low tack Tamiya tape, the masking comes off the white paint without any problems. I go back over a few areas I'm not happy with. After painting in neutral grey and applying the invasion stripes, I post shade the underside. With the painting complete, the whole model gets a coat of gloss varnish. Then the decals go on. These ICM decals are pretty good, if not a little bit brittle. After forgetting to paint the yellow stripe on the leading edge of the wing, I stupidly tried to mask over the top of the decal, and this happened. After the repair, I unify the colour by misting the royal blue over the other decals. The yellow bands on the leading edge of the wings are fighter command markings. They allow pilots to easily recognise Allied aircraft, especially in their rearview mirror. To seal in the decals and prepare for oil washes, the whole model gets a coat of satin varnish. Decaling sepia is mixed with white spirit to create a fairly thick wash. I apply the wash in sections and speed up the drying time with an airbrush. Then I remove the oils with a cotton pad. A brush moistened in clean white spirit can be used to adjust any oils applied. the masking comes off the canopy. I use a fine sponge to add chipping to the leading edge of the wings. On models with a decent amount of weathering, decals can sometimes look a bit bland. I add some colour variation and texture to the decals using midnight blue oils. The underside of Spitfires often look like this, probably due to oil leaking from the engine compartment. I try to replicate this with smoke and sepia oil paints. Just some simple XF1 for the exhaust stains, nothing fancy here. I speckle some white on the exhaust tips with a micro brush used for applying eyelash extensions. These are really useful and I use them for everything from micro chipping to helping clean my airbrush tip. I apply some graphite to give the exhaust manifolds a more metallic look. Now onto the wooden beer kegs that are to be fitted under the wings. After painting, I applied a gloss varnish, then I applied the XXX decal, followed by a matte varnish, finishing with a wash of sepia oil. After dry brushing with aluminium, I use MiG Ammo's rain mark effects to apply some final weathering to the prop blades. And finally, with the beer barrels fitted, that's the model finished. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Now, some photos of the finished plane. See you next time.